Damian Reed cursed as warning lights flashed across his shuttle's control panel. The wormhole had spat him out in unknown space, and his navigation system was fried. "Computer, emergency landing protocols," he commanded, wrestling with the controls. As the small vessel plummeted toward an emerald planet's surface, the landing, if you could call it, that was brutal. Damian dragged himself from the wreckage, wincing at the gash on his arm. His survey mission for the Terran Exploration Corps had just become a survival situation. The alien landscape buzzed. With life crystalline trees that shimmered in the twin suns, strange creatures darting through purple underbrush, Damian checked his oxygen levels. Breathable. But with an odd metallic temps, he gathered his emergency pack and blaster, then began searching for water. The jungle thickened as he hiked, sweat soaking his uniform. A distant explosion made him freeze. Following the sound, Damian discovered a crashed vessel's leak, elegant, clearly advanced technology. Nearby lay a figure in gleaming armor, silver blood pooling beneath her. She was humanoid but unmistakably alien violet skin, six-fingered hands and eyes like liquid gold. Her armor bore intricate symbols that pulsed with inner light. When she saw him, she hissed and reached for a weapon, but pain stopped her. "Easy," Damian said, hands raised. "I'm not here to hurt you." "Human," she spat the word. "You trespass in Nexorian space." "Actually, I'm lost," Damian replied, kneeling beside her. "That wound needs treatment." She glared. "I am Talia Vexorian, crown princess of the Nexorian Empire. Touch me and die." Damian sighed. "Look, Your Highness, we're both stranded. I have medical supplies." "Let me help. Then we can go back to being enemies." Pain flickered across her face. "Treachery," she whispered. "My escort." "Ambushed. Politics." Damian nodded. Nasty business everywhere in the galaxy. Despite her resistance, he examined her wound, a plasma burn that had pierced her armor. With careful movements, he applied a regenerative gel from his pack. "Why help me?" Talia demanded, watching him warily. "Because that's what humans do," Damian replied. "At least the better ones." A distant howl echoed through the jungle. Talia tensed. "Hunting beasts. My betrayers use them to track." Damian helped her stand. "Then we need to move. Can you walk?" "I can fight," she corrected, grimacing through pain. "Great," Damian muttered. "I crash land on an unknown planet and rescue a stubborn alien princess with assassins on her tail. Perfect day." Talia's golden eyes narrowed. "You've involved yourself in imperial matters, human. Your life is now bound to mine until this ends." "Wonderful," Damian replied, supporting her weight as they moved into the dense jungle. "Always wanted to be part of an interstellar political crisis." Hunters in the shadows, they moved through the alien forest as quietly as possible, Damian supporting Talia when her strength faltered. The twin suns began setting, casting eerie shadows through the crystalline trees. "We need shelter before nightfall," Talia whispered. "Nexorian nights bring predators even my people fear." Damian nodded, scanning their surroundings. "Any suggestions, Princess?" There she pointed to a ridge of glittering black stone. "Cave systems. Defensible." As they climbed, Damian noticed Talia studying him with curious intensity. "What?" he finally asked. "Your species is primitive, yet you show unexpected courage," she said. "Most races flee from Nexorian royalty, even in distress." "Maybe I'm just foolish," Damian replied. "Or maybe humans aren't as primitive as you think." A high-pitched whine cut through the air. Talia grabbed Damian, pulling him behind a boulder as an aircraft passed overhead. "Hunter drones," she hissed. "They track body heat." "Good thing it's getting cold then," Damian said, retrieving a thermal blanket from his pack. "This will mask our signatures." Talia looked impressed despite herself. Clever. They reached the cave as darkness fell. Inside, bioluminescent fungi cast a soft blue glow across stone walls inscribed with ancient symbols. "Sacred texts," Talia explained, tracing them reverently. "Stories of when my people first touched the stars." Damian watched her, realizing how young she seemed despite her authority. "Why are they trying to kill you?" Talia's expression hardened. "I proposed peace with neighboring systems." Traditionalists see this as weakness. Peace is never weakness, Damien said quietly. She studied him. Your people still war among themselves? Some do.
How?
Others recognize that survival means cooperation. Talia's golden eyes reflected the blue glow. This is why you intrigue me, human. You speak of unity while your species remains divided. Hope is our strongest trait, Damien said with a half-smile. Oh, sometimes it's our only one. As night deepened, strange calls echoed outside. They sat close, sharing warmth beneath the thermal blanket. If we reach the ancient temple, Talia whispered, I can activate the emergency beacon. My loyal forces will come. How far? A day's journey. Through the Valley of Whispers. Damien nodded, checking his blaster charge. Sounds delightful. Talia's hand unexpectedly touched his. You could leave me, save yourself. Not happening, princess. I risk your life for an alien ruler. Damien shrugged. Maybe I like impossible odds. A shadow moved at the cave entrance. Damien tensed, raising his weapon as Talia drew a ceremonial dagger from her armor. They've found us, she breathed. Damien extinguished their small light. Then let's show them why that was a mistake. Dawn broke with a firefight. Damien and Talia barely escaped the cave, ducking energy blasts as they fled deeper into the wilderness. The Valley of Whispers lies beyond that ridge, Talia gasped. Her wound reopening from exertion, they crossed a river of liquid that resembled mercury, but felt like silk against their skin. It washed away their scent trail, temporarily confusing the hunters. Tell me about your world, Talia said as they paused to rest, perhaps seeking distraction from pain. Earth. It's beautiful, troubled, resilient, Damien replied, reapplying medication to her wound. We've nearly destroyed it several times, but somehow it endures like us. Your touch is gentle for a warrior, she observed. I'm an explorer, not a soldier, he corrected. I study worlds, not conquer them. Her golden eyes widened. Yet you fight well, survival training. Space isn't friendly. A distant howl interrupted them. They pressed on, reaching the valley by midday. Ancient stone structures rose before them, spiraling impossibly toward the sky. The air hummed with energy that made Damien's hair stand on end. The Temple of Ancestors, Talia whispered reverently. No human has ever seen this place. Inside, crystal formations channeled light into intricate patterns across walls covered in luminous script. Talia moved to a central altar, placing her hand on a glowing panel. Bloodline recognized, a voice echoed in a language that somehow Damien understood. Warning. Hostiles approach. Seal the temple, Talia commanded. And activate Emergency Protocol 7. Massive doors slid closed as a beacon pulse shot skyward. Now we wait, she said. My loyal forces will detect this signal, but it may take time. How much time? Damien asked. 2 rotations? Perhaps 3. Damien checked their supplies. That's cutting it close. The temple's defenses hummed to life, creating a barrier that kept their pursuers at bay, but also trapped them inside. We are safe for now, Talia said. Collapsing against a pillar, exhaustion finally overtaking her, Damien helped her to a cushioned altar that seemed designed for meditation. As she rested, he explored the temple, marveling at the advanced technology disguised as religious artifacts. When he returned, Talia watched him with new interest. Most aliens would attempt to steal our secrets. I respect sacred spaces, Damien said. Every culture has them. She smiled, the first real smile he'd seen. Perhaps there is wisdom in your species after all. Outside, their hunters set up camp, waiting for the barrier to fail. We're surrounded, Damien observed. Yes, Talia agreed. But for this moment, we have sanctuary. As night fell, the temple's crystals glowed brighter, bathing them in gentle light. Rest, Talia said. I will watch. We'll take turns, Damien insisted, settling beside her. We survived together. Revelations under starlight. By the second day in the temple, the barriers began weakening. Their pursuers grew bolder, testing the perimeter. Talia showed Damien a hidden chamber with a pool of glowing liquid. Purification waters, she explained. They heal and restore. They bathed in separate sections divided by translucent crystal. Though Damien couldn't help noticing her silhouette elegant and strong despite her injuries. The waters eased their wounds and fatigue. Later, they sat beneath a dome that displayed the stars in perfect clarity. "That's where I'm from." Damien pointed to a distant pinpoint. "Too far to see properly from here." Talia moved closer. "My people have legends about humans. They say you're dangerously unpredictable, capable of great destruction, and surprising compassion." "Both true," Damien admitted. "We contain contradictions." "As do I," she said softly. "The warrior princess, who yearns for peace." Their hands touched, neither pulling away. The temple lights dimmed, responding to their emotions. "In 2 days? I've trusted you more than advisors I've known lifetimes," Talia whispered. "Maybe it's easier with strangers," Damien suggested. "No history, no expectations. Or perhaps some souls recognize each other across stars." Her fingers intertwined with his, alien yet familiar. When she leaned closer, Damien hesitated. "Is this allowed? I mean, royalty and humans." Talia laughed, a musical sound. "I make the rules, remember?" Their kiss was tentative. Differences in physiology made it awkward initially, then surprisingly perfect. Her skin felt warm against his, slightly textured like velvet. "I've never... double quotes," she began. "Neither have I," Damien admitted. "Not with royalty from another planet." They explored each other curiously, tenderly, learning unfamiliar contours and unexpected similarities. The temple responded, surrounding them with gentle light that pulsed in rhythm with their heartbeats. Afterward, wrapped in temple fabrics beneath the starry dome, Talia traced the scars on his chest. "People see scars as stories," she said. "What tales do yours tell?" "Exploration. Learning. Sometimes foolishness," Damien smiled. "This one came from studying volcanic vents too closely on Europa." She showed him markings on her skin, not scars, but ceremonial patterns that told her lineage. "If I return," she said quietly, "I must marry for political alliance." Damien felt an unexpected ache. "And if you don't return?" "Then the empire falls to chaos." The temple trembled as explosions hit the barrier. Their moment of peace was ending. "They're breaking through," Damien said, reaching for his weapon. Talia touched his face. "Whatever happens, remember this night." The temple barriers collapsed at dawn. Damien and Talia prepared for their final stand. Weapons ready as their hunters breached the outer chambers. "Stay behind me," Damien insisted. "I fight my own battles," Talia countered. Her royal armor partially repaired by the temple's technology, just as the inner doors began to yield. A deafening roar shook the temple. Through the dome, they saw massive warships descending bearing the imperial insignia. "My fleet," Talia breathed. They received the signal. Precision weapons fire eliminated the betrayers outside. Within minutes, elite guards stormed the temple, surrounding Talia protectively.
"Your Highness."
The commander bowed deeply. "The coup has been suppressed. Your mother, the Empress, awaits your return." Talia straightened, instantly transforming from wounded fugitive to imperial authority. "This human saved my life," she declared. "He is under my protection." The commander glanced at Damien uncertainly. "The law regarding unauthorized human presence in imperial space is clear, Your Highness." "Then change it," she commanded. Starting now, aboard the imperial flagship, Damien felt disoriented by the opulence and advanced technology. Talia had been whisked away for proper medical treatment, while he waited in luxurious but obvious containment. Hours later, she appeared in full regalia, gleaming ceremonial armor, her head adorned with a crown of impossible metals that seemed fluid yet solid. "The Royal Council demands your prosecution," she said without preamble. "Humans remain forbidden in our space." Damien nodded. "I understand. I've proposed an alternative," Talia continued. "A diplomatic position. Earth knows nothing of our empire. Perhaps it's time for cautious contact." "Me? A diplomat?" Damien laughed. "I'm an explorer who crashes ships. You're a human who sees beyond differences," she corrected. "Rare in any species." They stood close, but no longer touched the weight of their respective worlds now between them and us. Damien asked quietly. Possible, she whispered. Yet so was surviving the ambush. Her golden eyes held his. Royalty requires sacrifice, but perhaps not everything. She offered a small crystal. This grants access to my private chambers. Eventually, my official duties will end for the day. Damien took it, understanding the risk she was taking. What about your required political marriage? That is tomorrow's problem, Talia said. Tonight, I'm still the princess who was rescued by a reckless human. As the ship accelerated toward the heart of the Nexorian Empire, Damien gazed at the stars streaking past. His mission had failed spectacularly. It opened possibilities never before imagined between their worlds. Perhaps some crashes were worth the fall.